Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Coach Hamley here once again with another episode of the mental side. Monday movement, episode 70. Wasn't able to go live with you today. For some reason, my Instagram live was on the fritz. So this is a pre-recorded video. Like I said, episode 70, Monday movement edition. Just hopped off the practice field myself. Great little practice, 3 hours long, and wanted to give you some good information to move forward on this Monday and the rest of the week. Those of you who have been here with me from the beginning, thank you. Continue to like the videos, like the YouTube channel if you haven't. Share out the link. Share out to a teammate, a parent, a family member, friend, anybody that you think would benefit from hearing these mindset talks, with our focus on just becoming mentally stronger in the game of baseball and the game of life. So with that, let's get to your Monday movement today. I would encourage you to understand that sometimes you have to move back to move forward, and that is not a negative. You know, sometimes in battle, I've never been in the military myself. However, I've read up a lot on it as a self-proclaimed history nerd. I love reading on the Navy SEALs, and I love Jocko Willink's material, and I know I've heard him talk about there's nothing wrong with retreating, to recalibrate, to pause, pivot, come up with a plan, and then pursue the plan. Last week we talked about the 4 P's: pause, pivot, create a plan, pursue the plan. And sometimes we have to take a couple steps backwards to gain our footing, to keep ourselves in the fight. Otherwise, we just keep pushing forward thinking we're making progress when we're really just being a detriment to ourselves. You know, if you think of baseball, sometimes we feel like by moving or throwing the baseball, we're doing good. And how many times in a baseball game do you see where nobody pauses? You know, we have a throwing error, and then all of a sudden it becomes a snowball fight, and people are just throwing the ball all over the place, thinking that by throwing the ball around we're going to make things better, when in reality we are simply compounding mistakes. Okay, think about this. Swinging a baseball bat. In order to get the ball to go forward, I must make a negative move before I can make my positive move. So that negative move meaning making a move back towards the catcher. Okay, so tilt, not back on the catcher. Building that potential energy as the pitcher is creating his potential energy. Think about a bow and arrow, where in order to get the arrow to go forward, you must draw the string back. You got to build that energy. Think about sports. In order to get the ball at its highest point on a rebound in basketball or a football trying to get a catch, you got to go down to get energy into the legs and push off the ground. So again, today's movement theme, sometimes we must move backwards in order to go forwards. Sometimes we must retreat, pause, calibrate, pivot, and that's okay. You know, last week I talked about positivity and how to find it, and I had someone ask a great question. Ham, is there a time when positivity can also be negative? And that sounds counterintuitive, right? How can positive behavior, positive thinking ever be negative? Well, if it gives you a false sense of reality, if you're not being focused, if you're not being present. You know, I truly believe we should always be looking to center ourselves and to be looking for positivity. However, in life we got to be stoic and we have to be unmoved. Okay? Sorry about the sunlight. Okay. I'm going to be heading east here for a second, so I'm sorry if the sun gives a little glare. So, if being overly positive gives you this false sense of security and reality and you're not in touch with what's going on around you, it's a bad thing. Okay? The ancient Stoics I mentioned in a post last week would focus on all the negative things that could happen during the day and how they could act when those negative situations arose. If you always just think it's going to be rainbow, sunshine, candy, and puppy dogs, you're giving your false sense of reality. Okay, so you have to be able, in your mind, handle negativity. You You have to understand, you know what, there's going to be times where I take steps backward. You know, in a boxing match, there's times where guys hit the canvas. Man, I love the movie Rocky, the whole series. I shouldn't say just the movie, the series. And how Rocky, you know, even in the first one, he frustrated the champ. He frustrated Apollo Creed, even though he just kept wearing punches right in the face. He got dropped to the canvas a number of times. However, he was getting a gauge on the situation. He was flustering his opponent. You know, you're going to get knocked back in life. I know I've heard Les Brown, a great thinker, say, you know, if you get knocked down and you fall on your back, if you can look up, you can get up. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that it's not always going to be positive. It's not always going to be nice. It's not always going to be pretty. There's going to be times you're going to get knocked down to the mat. There's going to be times you need to retreat. You need to assess the situation. You know, if you've watched sorry for the stuttering, any military video, if you've watched or if you've read up on it, it is absolute suicide to keep moving forward if you are outmanned, outgunned, and just don't have a plan. Okay, there's no heroism in just throwing yourself out there if you're not ready, if you're not prepared. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with ducking back, assessing the situation in front of you. Okay, cover yourself, cover and move, be a moving target, assess, and then come up with a plan and come back out ready. Okay? You know, I've always been a fan of boxing. Like I said, I love the Rocky series. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting against the ropes, covering yourself up, and letting your opponent get in a few punches, but not letting them connect. You know, letting him just work you, tire himself out, wait for the bell, and then come back out ready to go. It makes absolutely no sense to just keep trying to battle an opponent or battle a situation where you're not prepared. Okay, so again, today's Monday Movement theme is it is okay to move back in order to move forward, right? It kind of sounds counterintuitive, counterproductive. I said it last week though, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Sometimes we have to just slow things down to smooth it out, but being smooth is going to be fast. It's going to be faster than just sitting there running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Okay, compounding mistakes and just continuously making the situation worse. That's my encouragement for you today to move forward this week. Sometimes we have to move backwards in order to move forwards, and that's okay. And I think hearing that and understanding that is going to help you understand in life, you know, we don't always get what we want, okay, but we get what we need. You're going to take L's. You're going to be a loser. You're going to have someone call you a loser. And as long as you learn from the situation or the circumstance you're in, you're going to learn from it. You're going to move forward from it. Okay? Don't quit. Keep moving. Right? The old saying, if you're going through hell, keep on moving. Maybe the devil won't even know you're there. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck there in hell. So just keep moving. Okay? Find a way, and you know, you're going to have job loss, you're going to lose out on promotions, and you just got to, you know, take a couple knocks, okay, take a knee, take a breath, get back up stronger. And I think it's important to understand that. I know I keep kind of circling back. It's important to understand that because we can't always just think that it's all going to be, you know, the highlights, because, you know, in today's world, man, these Instagram, these Twitter influencers, they only show you their highlight reels. Okay, they only show you the best lighting. Okay, they only show you when they feel and look at their best, and even at that, they're altering their image. So understand that it's not going to be like that. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be gritty, and it's going to be nasty. And that's how we build character. That's how we build hands. Okay, calluses on our hands and mental calluses. And that's going to make you a lot tougher. Take your punches, take your licks, and get ready to come out nastier. Otherwise, you're just going to get eaten up. Okay? That's your Monday movement. Sometimes we have to move back to move forward, and that's okay. Give this video a like, share out the link, help spread the message. 70 of these episodes all started back when we went into social quarantine, and we weren't really sure what was going to go on. And here we are, still a little uncertain of what's around us. And that brings up another good point. Who knows what's going to happen here? We're all geared up,
in a couple weeks.
Hopefully we have fall sports going. We have school back in session. However, get your mind wrapped around it. It might not be exactly what you expected. It might not be what you've been expecting or have in mind. So we might take some steps back. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. However, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to become someone complaining on social media, being negative to the people around you because you didn't get what you wanted? Or are you going to say, okay, 4 P's, pause, pivot, come up with a plan, and pursue the plan? And, we've said it before, you are completely justified in feeling like there's times where life's not fair. However, what are you willing to do about it to find that positive flow, that flow state of mind, all right? I'm going to leave you with that. We're at about the 10-minute mark. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rambling. That's your Monday movement. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you tomorrow for the Tuesday talking point. And until then, always remember, keep slugging on behalf of Slugger Sports Academy.